Jason and Jacob if they didn't think the city was in a position to absorb that. I would ask for a very hard look if there was another extension request, because I think what Clark's getting onto is these numbers can't go on like this forever, and I would look at scanning to get another request.
No, this is Jason. I'll just comment on that.
I think Jacob and Jason are telling us we can handle it.
Yeah, I agree. This is Jason. I agree with Clark's assumption for what happens in 6 months. And then I do believe if that is the case, we have to take an even more serious look at whether or not we're just going to pass this on. Because we might be in a different situation in 6 months too. So each request gets harder to, I mean, each request needs to get picked apart a little bit more each time, because although we haven't directly felt an impact, I mean, we're going to. I mean, we're already starting to kind of count pennies, I guess. So if another request comes in 6 months, council, I mean, we'll have to look at it even harder.
Okay.
And Clark, if I might, on behalf of the LBIC, our approval of the request from Plymouth Energy was subject to approval from the City Council on deferring the loan agreement that we have. So certainly, we're all in this together, and if the City Council sees fit to add some requirements to that, we would have to in turn address things differently with Plymouth Energy potentially, not saying that that would be available to them at this time. Certainly what that indicates to me is that the city and LBIC just need to work very closely together on this and not wait till 6 months is up, but to be looking at things continually on a month-to-month basis and see where it's at to make sure it's going to be in the right position 6 months from now.
Neil, Clark, I totally concur, and I want this thing to survive, and we will do what we can do. I think everybody understands my questions, so I think we're all in the same boat. But like you said, if 6 months is looking pretty gloomy in 3 or 4 months, we need to be starting thinking of some solutions, okay? So, or remedies. That's all my point is.
Okay.
Take it.
Okay. Any other questions on this? If not, I'd entertain a motion.
WIC makes a motion to approve an addendum to the private tract lease agreement between the City of Lamar's and Plymouth County Energy, LLC, to be executed to extend the term a maximum of 6 months.
Is there a second?
Nelson, second.
Motion made and second to approve the addendum to the private tract lease agreement between the City of Lamar's and Plymouth Energy, LLC, and be executed to extend the term a maximum of 6 months. Do we have a roll call on that, Bev?
Knapp? Knapp?
Yeah.
Donlin? Goodchild?
Good job, yes.
Wick?
Yes, WIC.
Nelson?
Nelson, yes.
Motion carried. The next one on the,
I think it would behoove, Dick, all the parties that are on this phone call to talk with Plymouth Energy to explain our stance, like now, like next week, so that they can start planning for the possible change in our attitudes in a few months.
Rex, this is Mike, City Attorney. I'd potentially go a step further, and I was going to wait until we went through the next action item, but if we don't already have a committee for this particular issue, maybe we should form a small committee with a couple council members on it, with Jason, the mayor, and myself, so that people are well aware of everything that's been going on, including the conference calls we've had with Plymouth Energy, et cetera.
I think that's a great idea. And then we can monitor it as we go along also. Are you for that, Rex?
Yep, 100%.
Okay. Everybody else?
This is Mike. I guess I would just point out that almost everyone that Mr. Murphy just mentioned are already on the LBIC board. So there'll be a routine opportunity to stay abreast of this as long as it stays on the agenda, which I'm sure Neil will have.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And just so that there's absolutely no misunderstanding, we will do what we can do. As far as the city, I think it's a very positive thing. I'm just concerned about keep kicking it down the road. That's all I'm worried about, okay?
Well, Clark, I respect that, and that's good, you know, because we have to take care of our citizens, we have to take care of our city, and so I think by setting up a committee of a group of people to follow this on a monthly basis or whatever, and keep Plymouth Energy totally informed as to where we're at on it and how they're doing, and have them keep us informed as to what the progress as to what the progress is. I respect that very highly, and I think we could be done. And I think with Mike's idea of bringing up a separate committee of whoever wants to is on it, why it'll give us an opportunity to do that.
Do we want it just to be the finance committee?
Right?
Do we want it to just be the finance committee? I mean, we have committees already, so if we can put it under one that's already created.
Yeah, is that agreeable?
And that's Rex and Mike.
Is that agreeable? Just put it with everybody, just put it on the finance committee? Everybody?
Yes, it definitely is a financial issue. I think that probably would fall into that category. Or as Mike suggested, you know, the LBIC is going to be involved in it, and if they know, I think the sentiment that's being kind of concerns here, they're aware of it, so I think it can all work out, so yeah.
Okay, that's a good deal because it just eliminates one more committee and we got them, you know. Okay, very good. Moving on to the D3, the Lamar's Business Incentive Corporation, or the LBIC request. On September 3rd, 2019, the City of Lamar's approved an addendum to the $3,100,000 loan agreement with the Lamar's Business Initiative Corporation, LBIC, for the construction of an ethanol storage and loading facility. The addendum deferred the LBIC's monthly payments to the city of up to 9 months. Monthly payments are $41,800. The addendum was needed due to the Plymouth Energy suspending operations for up to 9 months. The LBIC, through its separate agreement, relied on income from the Plymouth Energy LLC to fulfill the monthly prepayment to the city. The LBIC recently received notice that Plymouth Energy LLC was suspending operations for 6 months, additional 6 months. Without substantial income coming in, the LBIC is requesting a deferment of the agreed to upon payment to the city for 6 additional months. The administration is recommending the council approve approve the addendum to the loan agreement with the LBIC. The financial, prior to the original addendum, the city has received $1,797,400 in principal and interest loan repayment from the LBIC. The city funded the loan with a $2.5 million taxable urban renewal tax increment bond series back in 2015, and a $600,000 eternal advance of city funds. So that's how it was originally financed through the LBIC, and the city is behind it. And going back, Clark, to your comments originally, here's a case in prime point where, yes, the city's involved behind it. Any questions?
I have a question.
This is Goodchild, and since I pretty much articulated in the last one, but I'm not going to repeat it, and I will make a motion to approve the addendum to the loan agreement between the City of Lamar's and the Lamar's Business Initiative Corp. Extended to extend the term a maximum of 6 more months.
Did you have a question?
My comment
Kenny.
prior to that was, I wonder if that shouldn't say 6 additional months. Because didn't we do it for 6 months?
We did it for 9.
Kenny, we're gonna be doing a new addendum.
It's a new
It'll be a
addendum.
new written agreement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions?
Nelson would second the motion.
Yes, this is Mike.
Okay, Mike?
This is Mike. I had a question about the bond and the internal advance. Is the 1.8 or so million that's been paid so far, I think, is it paying down both of those proportionally, or is it going to one and then the other?
What was that?
Paying both.
Yeah, it's doing it proportionally. It's paying both.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I've got a motion. Is there a second?
Nelson seconded.
Motion made and second to approve the addendum to the loan agreement between the City of Lamar's and the Lamar's Business Initiative Corporation and be executed to extend the term a maximum of 6 months. Can we have a roll call on that, Bev?
Knapp,
Yeah, yeah.
Wick,
Wick, yes.
Donlin,
Conlon, yes.
Goodchild,
Goodchild, yes.
Nelson.
Nelson, yes.
Motion carried. Okay, moving on.
Thank you.
Yeah,
The LBIC looks forward to working with the committee.
okay, thanks, Neil, for being on.
Mayor, can we check quick? Carl Byers, are you on the phone?
Yes, I am.
Okay, can I suggest we skip down to D6?
Moving down to D6. It has to do with Bolton and Menk and the airport, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Attached is a work order to the existing professional services contract with Bolton and Menk dated February 23rd, 2018. The contract involves services associated with the 150-foot runway 18-36 extension. Work order number 9 will provide AGIS as built approach development services at a cost of about $28,130. AGIS is as built are required for FFA approval for the complete runway. The administration does recommend the council approval. The financial impact of it is costs are eligible from FAA funding 90%, and the city would cost 10% of the contract. So Carl and Jason, go ahead. I got questions.
Well, I asked Carl to be on the line in case there was any specific questions regarding this.
Okay.
The extension is built. We knew once it's built, it needs FAA approval to be kind of put into use. So this is part of accomplishing that. It is, I believe, Carl, you can chime in too, it is eligible for the reimbursement. So the estimate right now is $28,130, so the city's cost could be $2,813.
That's correct. It's basically after the paving was done, the FAA did not used to require that you had it reflown and recertified, but in the last couple of years they added that requirement, and this is basically to refly it, recertify it with surveys that it was built exactly as they did the plan before they can finalize the approach development.
Okay. Any questions? By the way, we are,
This is Knapp. You would think I would probably be asleep if I didn't complain about engineering costs, so I have to complain about engineering costs, but it's also kind of silly to spend $28,000 to refly it, but that's a government regulation, but since it's only $3,000 from the city of Lamar's, I think we're getting a good deal. So I'll approve it. I just think some of these things are overreaching.
Council make a motion to approve the work order number 9 to the professional services contract for the airport 150-foot 18-36 runway extension with Bolton and Menk at a cost of $28,130.
is there a second?
Second. Wick, second.
Motion made and second to approve the work order number 9, the professional services contract for the airport 150 18-36 runway extension, excuse me, with Bolton and Menk Incorporated at a cost of $28,130. We have a roll call on that, Bev?
Goodchild,
Good job, yes.
Donlin,
Didn't hear you.
Donlin,
Donovan, yes.
Knapp,
Knapp, yes.
Nelson,
Nelson, yes.
Wick.
Wick, yes.
Motion carried.
Thanks, Carl.
Thank you, Carl.
Thank you. Thanks, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Item number 4 on the action items. Landfill rates. Plymouth County Solid Waste Agency notified the city of Lamar's that rates would be increasing on July 1st, 2020. The increases apply to both the per capita rate and the tonnage use rate. These increases affect what both the city and residents will pay. As residents' monthly fee will increase to $13.50, as well as the rate they pay to take items directly to the landfill. That rate will vary depending on what is taken to the landfill. Attached is a list of the new rates, and I assume you council members had an opportunity to look them over. And the staff and the Public Utilities Committee recommended the council approval on this topic. Any questions?
I think even at $13, we're probably a bargain compared to
I don't think
what other cities
I don't think
are
we got any
charging.
raises for
That
that.
includes two totes, garbage and a recycling tote. And pick up weekly.
Entertain a motion. I'd entertain a motion.
Motion to adopt resolution.
What number are we, Dick?
20-14.
Make a motion adopting resolution 20-14 to approve recommended charges to the landfill rates effective July 1st, 2020 by Knapp.
Is there a second?
Nelson seconds.
Motion made and second to adopt the resolution number 20-14 to approve recommended charges to landfill rates effective July 1st, 2020. Could we have a roll call on that, Bev?
Wick,
Wick, yes.
Donlin,
Donovan, yes.
Goodchild,
Good job, yes.
Knapp,
Knapp, yes.
Nelson.
Nelson, yes.
Motion carried. Last one on the action items is number 5, and it has to do with the ambulance service ordinance. At the April 21st, 2020 meeting, the council approved the first reading of ordinance number 958 to amend the Code of Ordinance, Chapter 37, Ambulance Service. The change gives the council and/or director the authority to remove any person from the ambulance service. Currently, only council has the authority. The administration is recommending the approval.
I'd ask, and Nelson would ask if there's been any, have we talked to anybody about this, or has anybody commented at all?
I've not heard any comments from anybody, no. And I don't know if anybody else has, if they have.
Kenny, this is Clark. I did solicit a few comments, and they're all positive. Goodchild makes a motion to approve the second reading of ordinance number 958, amending chapter 37, ambulance service.
Is there a second?
Donlin seconds.
Motion made to waive the second reading, number 958, amending number 30, chapter 37, ambulance service. Do we have roll call on that, Bev?
Wick,
Yes, Wick.
Nelson,
Nelson, yes?
Knapp,
Now, yes.
Goodchild,
Goodchild, yes.
Donlin.
Donlin, yes.
Okay.
Motion to waive the third reading of ordinance number 958, amending chapter 37, ambulance service. Goodchild.
Is there a second?
Donlin seconds.
Motion made and second to adopt the ordinance number 958, amending the chapter 37 ambulance service on its third reading. Roll call. Bev.
Wait a second.
Or waiving the second, I'm sorry. Waiving
Wick,
the second reading.
Wick, yes.
Nelson,
Nelson, yes?
Knapp,
Now, yes.
Goodchild,
Goodchild, yes.
Donlin. Donlin,
Donlin, yes.
Motion carried. Thanks a lot, fellas. Appreciate it.
Motion to adopt ordinance number 958, amending chapter 37, ambulance service on its second reading.
Is there a second?
Nelson, seconds?
Motion made and second to adopt the ordinance number 958, amending chapter 37 ambulance service on its second read, on its third reading.
Second reading.
Second reading, thank you. Roll call, Bev.
Wick,
Wick, yes.
Donlin,
Donlin, let's see, yes.
Knapp,
Goodchild, yes.
Goodchild,
Goodchild, yes.
Nelson.
Nelson, yes.